Mixed reactions have been trailing the presentation of 47.96 trillion naira budget estimate by President Bola Tinubu. Recall that the President, while presenting the estimate to the joint session of the National Assembly, assured that the budget would refocus the country's economy. A cross-section of senators and ministers who spoke with correspondent Kule Ojo in Abuja took different posture on the estimate put forward by the President. The Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, and Senator Sumaila Kao hailed the estimate, noting that it will, if well implemented, it will rejuvenate the ailing economy. On their part, the former governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Siriake Dixon, and Senator Ninge expressed reservation for the estimate, stressing that the rate of hunger and insecurity in the country is alarming.
From the budget, it is very clear that Mr. President understands the pulse of the nation, but it is also significant that we have to take some very difficult decisions to reform our nation, to reform our economy. You will recall that Mr. President came on the heels of a very serious economic situation with insecurity, and you also agree with me that 18 months after, I think the level of insecurity in the country can be said to have improved.
I think it is normal, it is usual because of the exchange rate. If you see, the exchange rate last time is 700 plus, but now it is 1,400 plus. Therefore, that is the disparity. It is not something new or strange. The variables we are using, it is oil production, exchange rate, and some variables, almost 2 to 3 variables. They are nothing new.
Communities for development activities to take place is very welcome and is the right focus. The idea of continuing to invest and even increase investments in human capital, to me, is the right focus. That is to say, allocating more resources to the student loan board, investing in educational infrastructure across the country.
Statistics being churned in day in, day out. I need to see the reflection of these statistics on my people. I need to see the reduction in poverty. I need to see the reduction, serious reduction of hunger. As you go to my constituency tomorrow, the hunger that they witnessed in 2022 is double, is replicated in 2023.
And now to talk about the budget presentation that was made by the President yesterday to the National Assembly, we have Rotimi Ogunleye, an economist who is joining us live from Akure. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on our news at this time. Okay, all right, if you can hear me, do you mind sharing your thoughts with us on the budget presented yesterday?
Hello?
I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on our news. So if you can hear me, what are your thoughts on the budget that was presented to the National Assembly by the President yesterday in Abuja?
Okay. I'm not way back with the budget, but I feel the budget concerning in the area of environment or what?
You need me to repeat the question.
Hello?
What are your thoughts on the budget that was presented to the National Assembly yesterday? Your thoughts on the budget presented to the National Assembly yesterday by President Bola Tinubu in Abuja?
Well, correct. My thoughts are very well. It was an advanced budget. It is a budget of development and a budget of hope.
Okay, so the Senate President has said that the 2024 budget will be extended for 6 months. What's your reaction to that?
Okay, my reaction is that I can't understand. I don't understand. Sorry.
Okay, I was saying that the Senate President said that the budget will be extended for 6 months. So what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are that it is a welcome development that the budget should be extended for 6 months because if the budget is extended for 6 months, there'll be a way, there will be the allowances for development, so that people can contribute into it, people can key into the budget.
Okay, and which areas of the budget do you think should have more attention?
Sorry, I'm not back into this area. My area is in the area of environment and development. So I don't know much about the issues of the budget. I was invited for issues of environment and climate change. So maybe there's a mix-up.
Okay, all right, because in the budget, security really are the lion's share. Do you agree with that?
No, yes, I agree with that, because now that the issues of climate change now, and then there are issues of conflict now. So if the country is secured security-wise, then it means that there will be a lot of stability, and then there will be a lot of development. So I support that the issues of more money in security.
Okay, all right. We really thank you for sharing your thoughts with us on Galaxy TV News. We truly appreciate your presence. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, that's Rotimi Ogunleye, an economist who will join us live from Akure. Now, moving on to other stories. The Federal Capital Territory High Court on Thursday granted immediate past governor of Kogi State Yaga Bello bail in the sum of 500 million naira with 2 shorties in like sum. Justice Marian Aneni had on December 10 refused the ex-governor's bail application, saying it was filed prematurely. While delivering the initial ruling, she said having been filed when the first defendant was neither in custody nor before the court, the instant application was incompetent. The judge, however, posited that there was, however, room for the governor's lawyer to file a fresh application for bail and apply for hearing date. The former governor is facing an alleged money laundering trial to the tune of 110 billion naira, along with 2 others. He had pleaded not guilty to the 16-count charges brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Correspondent Kolojo reports that when the case was called for hearing on Thursday, counsel for the former governor, Joseph Daudu San, informed the court that the defense counsel had filed a further affidavit in response to the counter-affidavit filed and served by the prosecution counsel. The Central Bank of Nigeria announced on Wednesday that the country's external reserve now at $42.01 billion are sufficient to finance the importation of goods and services for over 9 months. Correspondent Kolojo reports that the declaration was made by CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso during a performance index report presentation to the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions in Abuja. According to Cardoso, Nigeria's external reserve increased from $38.35 billion as of September 30, 2024 to $42.01 billion by December 12, 2024. He attributed this growth to receipt from crude oil-related taxes and third-party receipts in the third quarter of 2024, coupled with the maintained current account surplus and improvement in the country's trade balance. Senator Adetokunbo Abiru, chairman of the Senate Committee, expressed satisfaction with the CBN governor's report.
The current account surplus has strengthened consistently in the past 3 quarters, recording a surplus of $6.06 billion in third quarter 2024. This positive trend is largely attributable to a favorable trade balance driven by increased remittance inflows and decline in imports. External reserves rose to $42.01 billion as of December 12, 2024, compared with $38.35 billion on September 2024, driven largely by receipts from oil-related taxes and third-party receipts.
You're still on to the news in Galaxy TV. Let's go on a break. When we come back, the news continues. To stay with us. We are glad to have you back. Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with thoughts on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV News. You can follow and interact with thoughts on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Remember to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments, as you can easily scan our IG QR code. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has said that his administration will fully explore the benefits in the African Continental Free Trade Area to expand the state's economy. The governor stated this at the opening ceremony of the Consultative Forum on Development of the African Continental Free Trade Area Subnational Implementation Strategy for Oyo State, held at the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan. Makinde said the state would act as a significant player in AFCFTA with a view to unlocking more of its economic potential to provide job opportunities and uplift the people of the state from poverty to prosperity. In her opening remarks, Chairman of the Technical Working Committee, Neil Theodore, said the Consultative Forum on the Development of the African Continental Free Trade Area Subnational Implementation Strategy for Oyo State is mandatory, as set by the AFCFTA Secretariat, in the crafting of a domesticated strategy to delve into a crucial conversation about future of trade and economic empowerment.
The good thing about AFCFTA is the fact that you can have a subnational strategy. So we are not tied to the federal government. We can go out, do our own deal, and foster relationship between Oyo State and the African countries. And that is exactly what we will do in Oyo State. Oyo State can position itself as a preferred destination for investors looking to leverage on AFCFTA opportunities.
FTA is much more than a trade agreement. His Excellency Makinde often says this. It is a bold leap towards unifying Africa's marketplace, a landmark moment for the continent and for the nations like Nigeria, a country whose success is intrinsically linked to that of the continent. It is the genesis of a unified marketplace of trillions of dollars, an unprecedented opportunity to reshape our economies.
The newly posted Permanent Secretary to the State House, Temitope Fashedemi, has called on State House staff to see themselves as privileged to be called upon to serve, urging them to always put in their best. He stated this while he took over the administrative leadership of the State House following the recent posting of some permanent secretaries. He urged the staff to see the privilege to serve the fatherland as sufficient, driving impetus for excellence and positive work ethics. He also noted that such a mindset as was imperative if staff were to have a happy and fulfilling career. He reiterated that posters were inherent in the service and were therefore encouraged by the positive comment he had received about the management of the State House from the outgoing Permanent Secretary. Speaking earlier, the outgoing Permanent Secretary, Engineer Olufunsho Adebiyi, who are not posted to the Works Ministry, appreciated the State House management and staff for the support and cooperation he received during his tour of duty, urging the new Permanent Secretary to trust in their ability to support him in serving the President.
Thank You can be sure many of them are older than me. But you will not believe what I'm about to tell you. Even though they are older, quite a few are even more experienced. Quite a few are even much more intelligent. But tell them to jump, they will say, Oga, how high? Never do you see any of them antagonizing. Never do you see any of them challenging and say, okay, what are you doing? I don't agree. Never. Even there is a difference. At management meeting, once I throw it open, we talk it over, we reach agreement, and once we reach agreement, it becomes binding.
I'm happy with the comments I've heard from my brother about all of you. I hope you will extend the same thing. I often tell my directors when I get to a new ministry that, look, all of us around the table, we should always count ourselves lucky. So, well, this is the first time I'm in a place like this. I'm usually in a technical, professional ministry, you know. Police affairs, they're buying hardware, weapons, you know, power, engineer, you know, and so on, and then like Greek. So all those ministries, that's something peculiar. They are always in that place. I mean, it's the same thing, it works. So you're lucky you were there before, so you're going back home.
Now, we move to the international desk for the news. This is news from the international scene. Israel has said its fighter jets conducted a series of strikes against military targets in Yemen belonging to the Iran-backed Houthi movement. An Israeli military spokesperson said the targets included Red Sea ports and energy infrastructure in the capital Sana'a. Tehran Al Mazira TV reported that 9 people were killed in the port of Salif and the Ras Isa oil terminal, which are both in Udeida province. The strike came hours after a missile fired from Yemen was intercepted over central Israel. A school and several cars were damaged in Ramat Gan on the edge of Tel Aviv. The Houthis, who control northwestern Yemen, began attacking Israel and international shipping shortly after the start of the Gaza war in October 2023, saying they were acting in solidarity with Palestinians. Israel's military says hundreds of missiles and drones have since been launched at the country from Yemen, most of which have been intercepted. In the early hours of Thursday, Israelis in Tel Aviv and the surrounding area were sent rushing to bomb shelters as an incoming missile was shot down by air defenses. The Israel Defense Forces said the missile was fired from Yemen towards Israeli territory and that damage to a school in the Ramat Efel neighborhood of Ramat Gan was